1, 2, 3, please. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think it's working now. What's going on? Okay, I think we're live, yes? Give me a second, guys, until I start this live stream. Jesus. 1, 2, 3. Good, okay, I think we are live. Wusulu. We got Wusulu in the chat. We got Mad Mats. Moin Moin from Hamburg. Moin Moin. Moin Moin Yamin. Moin Yamin. DJ Cyberdime. Getting a couple people in the chat. Hello from Hungary. Gilbert. Bosmiak. Nice to have you all here. Welcome. I'm going to wait for a couple people to join in. In the meantime, today we have a beer, which is very unique to my live streams. It's the Helles Pülliken by Veltins. No ad intended. And I don't usually drink alcohol, and especially not on stream, but today I honestly feel like it. So we're going to have a bit of a beer today. We got Sean, Carl, and another one from Hamburg. Evening all. Moin Moin. Audio Muscle. Guten Tag. Hey. We got Seppo. Hey Captain Lotus. That's a new one. Hi from Hamburg. What's up, Armin? Danny Arie. Danny Arie. My friend Danny Arie is in the chat too. Okay. Guys, it's time for Digitakt! This thing, dude. It's so fun. I barely know how to use it. I'm going to be really honest with you. And fun fact, I ended up sending it back and then I bought it again because I was overwhelmed by the workflow. But then I watched a couple artists use it. I'm like, oh, maybe I should give it another try. And then I bought it again. And then the Mark II was released. I was like, what? So yeah, Mark I is here. Digitakt Mark I. Still a very fun machine. Today I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've stumbled upon while using it. It's a fantastic drum machine, especially for this genre, which is organic house, raw minimal house. You know. Wow, you bought it. Yes, I did. More info on that later, though. Yeah. Let's get some kind of a groove going. I'm gonna also use this live stream as an opportunity to showcase the upcoming Sinai sound pack, which is practically finished. I say practically because there's still a couple stuff that needs to be done, as always. But this is the Ableton live session that we have going. Just so I can access it later. This stream is called 280424. Okay? Okay, Zahand? So, just to run you down, or to run down a couple of the essentials that I set up before making this possible. While the Digitakt don't have manual slicing, yeah, to be honest, there's a ton of features that could have been added, but it still sounds insane. Like, no matter what feature there is or what feature there isn't, like, you're not going to have the same convenience as Ableton Live or a DAW, but the sound is still dope and the workflow is still dope, and you still come up with amazing sounds. And this is me just after using it for basically a couple days, a week at max. So I am by no means an expert, but I do have a couple functions that I like to work on. So we got CM's music. What's up, my friend? By the way, guys, today I'm going to speak about this in a second too, but I would like for you to join the Discord server because I have made the decision to be more active in it. So if you want track feedback, you can also join this Discord channel and I'll give you track feedback. And it's also a community with people who enjoy the same genre of music. Organic house, minimal house. We always exchange new music. I post new music, playlists. So you get a ton of reference tracks here as well. And yeah, it's just a nice place to be in. So feel free to join in. Who knows where this server will develop. Let me actually check if I have the 1 second. The invite link. Yeah, here it is. Let me just copy paste it in the chat. There we go. So if you have any questions for future live streams, feel free to join in there and I can review your track. So Digitakt. The only reason, or one of the main reasons I purchased this is because it has this Overbridge software, which is basically Elektron's version of integrating the Digitakt into your DAW, which basically future-proofed it. Because I don't have enough inputs on my interface, those are all used up, so I have to find another way to transmit audio, and in this case, via USB is the most practical format. So there are a few like drivers and software that you need to install, but this one being the main one, the Digitakt, or the, how do you call it, the Overbridge, I mean. This basically mirrors whatever's going on the controller. So whatever I touch here is also reflected on the controller, or whatever I touch on the controller is also reflected in the software. And I believe you can also hit configure and just map different things into this panel over here, which allows you to further modulate and take control over it in Ableton Live. And the Digitakt 2 does not yet have Overbridge. Overbridge is only available for Digitakt Mark 1, but it's, as far as the developers have said, it's also going to be available for the Mark 2 in the future. More on that in a second though, because the Digitakt 1 has this fantastic Loop Masters integration, which makes file transfer very, very easy. I don't like the transfer software that comes from Elektron, especially not the... Yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like the way it transfers sounds and the overview panel. Loop Masters integration is fantastic. However, you do have to subscribe to Loop Masters, which is kind of sucky, but hey. So, yes. The Overbridge software is placed like a VST plugin on this channel over here on a MIDI track. And once you place it on a MIDI track, you get access to all of the tracks of the Digitakt, which is 8 tracks in total, including the input makes it 9. And then like the input, like if you would put a synthesizer, like I could hook up my Moog Sub 37 theoretically to the Elektron and let it run through here. And we have an effects channel, which is the sends, which is also nice. And you just have to manually select your inputs here. Digitakt the track 1, track 2, track 3. I have it all labeled here, but you can set those manually, right? Track 1 through 8 and the input track. Track 8 being the, I believe, the send and return channel. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'll be right back. I can have new friends. If I can have friends over tonight. Yeah, for sure, man. Tune them in into the live stream. So let me just set the buffer size a bit lower. I hope this does not crash the audio of the stream. If so, let me know. And now, okay, we already have audio coming from the Digitakt, which is nice. The only thing that I don't like about the Overbridge software is the plugin latency. It's pretty huge. 703 samples, 15.9 milliseconds. You can see that in the bottom left corner here under my camera. That is a lot of latency. And although you can set that into Ableton, I think there's an option to, yeah, delay compensation, reduce latency when monitoring. You can turn those all off, but if I have especially other hardware devices connected, the latency is still going to be applied to those. So I had to hit tab, open up the track options here, and for the Sub 37 I had to delay it by -65, the vocal mic by -65, and the micro freak by -65. So the more plugins I have loaded in Ableton Live that cause latency, like for example Diva also causes latency, but not so much. 0.38 is not noticeable. 0.36, I mean. The more plugins I have, the more I will have to offset my tracks, you know, and while producing, it's kind of annoying. But that's like the price you have to pay, right? Either you use an input on your interface or you use the Overbridge software. And for me, it's worth it, right? I use the Digitakt as kind of like a sketchbook to start an idea or to get an idea going here. I transfer that into Overbridge, stem it out, delete the Overbridge software, and then we can work continuing from there. You know, we transfer to the DAW basically, and then I can reset all the latency down here. So yeah, that is that. What do you have more comments here, please? Good evening, Roland Infidel. What? Hi, by the way, I wrote you on Instagram, but missed that you already answered my question 2 days ago with a single Insta post. Really? I did? What was that question, Schnupf? CM's Music says, great, you could find the time for another live stream. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna keep these live streams up despite the whole life situation that's going on now, which I have elaborated on in the past. I will, if the time allows, go into it a bit deeper later on, but for now I just want to get some kind of an idea going, and today I feel like using loops. Using loops combined with the Digitakt, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start with a kick, right? Enough talking, get into it. Drums, loops, kick loops. There's one that I really like, which is called Favorite, which is my favorite kick of the pack, and we're going to stay true to the tempo of Sinai, which is 115 BPM. And what I'm going to do is place this kick above here. So right now you hear the kick, my kick, and the Digitakt, right? A freaking nice sound. Dennis Schinkiewicz, what's up? Liebe Grüße aus Gommel. Privet. Okay, I'm gonna have to tune down my audio interface so I don't get any. You know what? I think I'm gonna set on some headphones today because in my last live stream, the speaker signal was audible in the recording. So what I'm gonna do is just headphones. Oops, didn't want to do that. Not the preamps, dude. Monitor, headphone 1. There we go. Sound nice. So, right now I have the kick disabled, so if you hit function, you can mute the tracks. I like using my own kicks. And then you can hit pattern, pause, so pattern. Oops. Well, now it's synced to Ableton Live, so I'm going to have to stop Ableton Live as well. Yeah, there's a function to enable here, so if you go into settings, just quickly show you, and I believe it was system, USB config, Overbridge. I don't know if you guys can see that or if it's kind of blurry. I don't know how the cam is right now, but you can select between USB MIDI, USB audio, and MIDI and Overbridge. And yeah, you can also load in your samples here. You have basically 3 folders usually, one being factory, the second one being incoming, which is samples that you import from your computer, custom ones. And you have recorded. Recorded are the ones that you resample internally on the Digitakt. So you could also resample beats and grooves, turn those into new samples and whatever. And then you have Loopcloud, which is new because of the Loopcloud integration, which Digitakt 2 doesn't yet have, and I hope they implement it because it's a fantastic feature. So, what do we have here? What? Okay, I'm going to read through the comments really quick because they are coming in hot. Tours Nebula, what's up, my friend? Hey, man, this is Destiny. Last week I was thinking about take Digitakt, but I'm not really sure because 600 is a lot. 600? It's a bit more than that. I think it's like 800, yeah? How can you convince me? Well, I'm just going to do my thing and maybe I can convince you today, yeah? I am so doubting between the Takt and the MPC one. Gotcha. Maybe we can take a bit of that doubt away today. I know they're very different, but still both are, there's nothing like them, right? You can get it secondhand at 400. Yeah, there's always some secondhand dealer. I just love sampling and make house and tech house. What are you guys' advice? Hi, everyone. What's up, Kafu? Gaffo Monobird. Monobird. Gaffo Monobird and Stereo Bird. Rasklat. Anyway, what I like about this guy, first of all, is it's future-proof with the Overbridge software, and they always release new updates for these things. Digitakt Mark 1 is discontinued, so I assume there's not going to be any updates for this model, but for the Mark 2, I assume there's going to be a lot in the future. And it's a very compact box, and my room is already very small, so this allows me to just put it on my desk. I even have this little wooden frame made by Ollie Shapes. You can Google his name. He's a seller on Etsy. He makes like really sturdy, high quality stands for Digitakt and that kind of stuff. And he's from Germany, I think. Yeah, somewhere from Munich. 999 euros in my country. Yeah, the Digitakt Mark II is 999. MPC for chopping workflow and more classic style of sampling. Yeah, I don't know about the MPC. I haven't purchased that. I like using the push for that kind of stuff. But yeah, so where were we? Yeah, and we can switch through patterns. So I'm on pattern 3 right now. You can also go to 4. When that pattern ends, it should switch. You see? And you can see it's jumping through these pages. And by hitting track, so how do I say this? Go into source, tune, track, and you can change the tune of everything. Oh my god, listen to that, dude. Like, even this function alone. And I'm still hitting function. I can just change the play modes to reverse. Bit crush that joint. Change the length, start position, loop. I get really percussive stuff. Maybe change the tune back down. Forward play. Increase the loop length. And Bit Crusher is really nice on this thing because it adds like this white noise layer. And the cool thing is that you can also switch through all samples at the same time. Yeah, anyway, let's function no. What is that? Oh my gosh, getting some weird sounds here. Yeah. Opa! Just gonna check if the audio is still working in Ableton. Yeah. Yeah, my stream capture thingy is kind of laggy, which is why I'm trying to... Opa! What's going on here? Give me a second, guys. My second monitor is kind of lagging at the moment. That is not working. All right. Let's do webcam really quick. How can I start that software again, dude? Your last Insta story loops, especially the third one, the one where you made a one post about it, all samples were from your packs or from Elektron. A mix of both. I used some sounds from Elektron and also some sounds from, well, some sounds from the Digitakt and most of the sounds from the Sinai sound pack. Yeah, this second monitor thing is kind of annoying. I have like this tablet connected via Bluetooth and it doesn't always work as expected. Still working a bit on the live stream setup, but I hope that that will get more stable in the future. Okay, I'll edit wireless connection. Jede, I don't want wireless. That sucks. This is kind of sucky. Yeah, I'm thinking of just not using the second monitor, but then I can't read the chat, which sucks. So let's see. Guys, you're gonna have to be patient with me for a second. In the meantime, I'm gonna just turn on one of my tracks. So let's go to Zahand. Enjoy in the meantime. Okay, I hope this is gonna stay stable now. Jeez. Okay, back to Ableton Live. I think it's working. So what I'm gonna do is actually see if I can. Oh gosh, it's not working again. Dude, so terrible. Okay. Let's just go with it. So what I'm gonna do is look for a nice little kit. This one sounds kind of cool. You also have parameter lock, so you can basically lock individual steps. So I can go to trigger. For example, let's go out of record. Mic is muted. This snare thingy, for example. Jump through the individual pages here, see where they are placed. For example, I could take them away here. Page 2, I could also delete them. Page 3, delete them. Page 4 also. I don't know how to loop a single page yet. It's a bit loud, you say. Excuse me, man. I'm gonna tune it down a bit. I just ordered. Okay, I think the Takt is an awesome device, but to be honest, I already thought it was for happy accidents and stuff, not kind of jam, really. Yeah, I like it for happy accidents as well. I just ordered OG Digitakt before the release of the Digitakt 2. Now I'm stuck with the OG. Same here, dude. I still have option 25 days to return it, spending around 500 euros to get a Digitakt 2, what you suggest. And Digitakt 2, I would suggest the update for sure, but currently without Overbridge and without the Loopmasters integration, for me it sucks. Not sucks, but I can't use it in my setup. Which is why I'm using this. So, Loopmasters. The way that is set up is that you load Loopmasters, the Loopcloud plugin, into your DAW. And the Digitakt is running in the background. So Loopcloud, let's use the AU version, sure. Open app, and I think this will we'll open the app. I'm gonna have to go out of full screen mode shortly. You have your library in this corner here, and I can now select my packs directly here. Let's go Sinai maybe, drums, one-shots, claps. I like this sound, for example. Then I can open up the Elektron panel. You can see all my sounds in that kit that is currently playing. And you can see the drive, the RAM, the track, connect. You can see that's connected here. if I were to replace the snare sound for the clap, I can just drag it onto the snare sound, which is, look how quick and easy this is. For me, this function is just, it's so comfortable that I can just access my library. I can even search sounds within Loopmasters or Loopcloud and import them directly onto the Digitakt. So if we hop back into the Digitakt now, we should have the snare replaced with the clap. So let's place the clap accordingly on every clap beat. You see? That's my clap. That is so cool. And that doesn't work on the Digitakt 2 yet. There will be an update for Loopcloud, I think. If they update this, yeah, I'm selling this Digitakt and upgrading to the new one. Also, I don't know why they made the displays white on the Mark II. Yellow is much more vibey. And now we can basically parameter lock individual steps. So if I want to have, for example, source panel, I'm going to go back to the source panel. Going to record. Wait a minute. I'm going to click this step, hold it, tune it up. You see this one turns yellow, which means that this specific step is parameter locked, or I could tune it back down. So page 1, you see it? Clap is lower. You could also, let's take the next clap, replace it with a different sound. That's so cool. Like, you can actually switch or parameter lock the sample switching, which is nice. And you can then change the tune again, make it play reverse. Yeah, look how much you can parameter lock here. So amazing. You can function yes to save the current state that you're in. So whatever I have going on now, I can always revert back to. Function yes. Yeah. Very ugly, the white. Yeah, the white sucks. I don't know why they changed that. It looks really crappy. Like, the yellow is so vintage and comfortable to look at, especially when it's dark. Is Loopcloud for free? I think there's a base version of Loopcloud that is for free, like a test version. But unfortunately, it's subscription based, which, in my opinion, also sucks. I don't like paying subscription based stuff for plugins. But I'm gonna continue to pay because this integration is just, it's fantastic. It's really good. And I could go back and change the entire kit, or I could go for a loop, for example. And it's running in sync with the Digitakt, so I can preview the loops and already hear which sound would fit. Like, this one is pretty cool. I'm actually gonna take it and put it into my session. Get a stupid ad by Loopcloud. Don't show again. Ooh. And you get so many factory sounds. And the fact that it's a sampler and not a synth opens up so many new possibilities to importing your own sounds. And there's like these, it already has samples on it, which can be turned into synths using these parameter lock settings and all. Dude, it's a completely different workflow, but it is fun AF. It is really, really fun. How much does the subscription cost? I'll let you know in a second. Loopcloud subscription. There you go. So $6.99 a month. They have some kind of special offer. This is no ad for them. By no means is this an ad for them. I'm just using it for this integration with Elektron. Here you can see the pricing, and they seem to have some kind of 50% off the annual plans. So yeah. And what I wanted to do is, let's say, let's go into loops. You know what, let's not go for a drum sound, let's go for maybe some kind of a, oh my gosh, like I can preview them directly and just import them here. So you see sound number 8, which was that dub chord. I've replaced it now with my own dub chord sample thingy. And it's playing directly, like it's plug and play. And I have it running in my DAW. It's so unfortunate that they only made this available with Loopcloud. Like I would have loved to have this by default on the Digitakt. Okay, haha, old manufacturer. How much does it cost? We already answered that question. I think I was thinking to do my own loops, like with my 606 and 808 or other synths, but this is way faster. Yeah, it is. And right now I could theoretically resample the entire sample and map it to a track. So track 5 I could turn into something else. Just pause it really quick, go into sampling. And what do I want to resample? I don't know, main, left, and right. Let me just think of function yes. Hit play. See, it starts recording that. It resamples the internal audio. Mute track 8. Track 8 function, press it to mute it. Oops. For some reason still getting that dub chord in here, but doesn't matter. And we can hit yes to stop the recording. Just normalizing it then. And then we can hit function yes to preview it. Isn't that freaking dope? Like it's mono on the Digitakt 1, but on the Digitakt Mark II, it's stereo. And you can trim the recording, which I still don't know how to properly do. Like there should be a way to, I guess, zoom out and then trim it. Like at the moment, I'm still kind of scrolly with this whole Elektron thing. And then you can hit yes to trim it. There we go. Function, or no, just yes to save. And then we could rename it here into, I don't know, I don't feel like really giving it a long and thoughtful name. Just, I don't know, stream or something. Yes. Oh, now I actually, I saved it already. And then you can assign it to a track. Let's assign it to track 7 because I'm not really using track 7. Done. Now if I hit play, it's assigned that to track 7. Now if I go back into trigger, out of, like, let's move out of the sampler now. The trigger or source. Did it assign it there? Seems to be a different sample, yeah? Let's find it here then, no worries. This should be somewhere in our sample library. Here, there we go. Yes. Let me mute everything else just for a second here. Track 7. Digitakt 2 has random name generator? Really? That's awesome. Use the second one too to control the zoom of the start, just like with the 4th encoder. And continue adding subs like in the main sequencer. At least we have Overbridge. Can you parameter track lock a loop from Loopcloud? I'm not an expert, guys, but you can load a sample from Loopcloud onto the Digitakt, and then you can further manipulate it. And the way I would do that is to put it into slice mode. Oh, I think we have Loopcloud playing in the background. There we go. Yeah, there was this pad. Let's actually start a completely new pattern here. So let's go to pattern and pattern 1. Blend in just track 7. And select the sample that we just resampled, which is track 95. Hit yes. Where is it? Is it playing? No, I need to set triggers. So let's hit record. Trigger. That's the sample that we just resampled. This, oh my gosh. That's honestly all I really need. Can we now place the trigger somehow? I'm kind of newbie with this thing. I'm still in chromatic mode for some reason. There we go. Function. I accidentally pressed these two together, which puts it into this keyboard mode. So now let's go into triggers, track 7, and place a couple triggers, yeah? Oh no, I think I'm doing it wrong. Somebody subscribe, thank you. I cannot read your name because it's very small on the screen, but thank you. Evening Gutter God, what's up, my man? Okay, now it's not playing at all. Faux show. Because I muted it, probably, yeah? Nice. Now I've blended in all tracks. Oh, I can't hear this one. That's so weird. Why can't I hear it? Keep selecting a different sound. Yes. Yeah, I just had it. Where is it? Track 7. Track 7 is the sample that we previously resampled. I want to place it on some trigs here, but I don't, because I don't know how it works. Ah! Why are you not playing? Ah, it is playing, but it's just so high pitched. Why? I can hear something. Set function no. Function blend in all tracks maybe. Oh no, wrong button. No. Pattern, no function. Blend them in here. And then hit play. Okay, now nothing's coming out. Oh my gosh, really overwhelming here. It's not reverting back to the original state, which I set it back to in the beginning. Function. There we go. Tracks were muted. Let's see, can we get some kind of like I want to get that loop that we just resampled onto track 7 and sequence it in. I know this would have worked quicker if I just had a bit more experience with these devices, but I currently don't, so let's see if we can get something going. Hit yes. Okay. Got some kind of ambient pad on track 8 that I cannot mute. Well, just go with it, I guess. I could just mute it in Ableton Live, but I kind of like it. So, track 7, Son of a Gun. Can we set some triggers here now? Please, my friend. Place them on the 5 and 13, like every page. Good. There we go. It's playing in some kind of reverse mode still, though. Yeah. Jesus. I didn't think it would be this overwhelming. I thought it would work easier. But hey. Well, I'm going to read through some comments here in the chat really quick. We got Gutter God. I found a neat little Max for Live device MIDI fold. It folds back the notes that Sting generates. Really? So when it plays outside of the range of my drum rack instruments, it moves the notes inside the range. Holy moly, can you send that? Can you kind of link it somewhere? Oh my gosh, we got so many comments that I missed. Yeah, the Digitakt 2 offers 16 tracks, whereas the Digitakt 1 offers 8 audio and 8 MIDI. Works on everything, not just Sting. Nice. I think I've heard of it, but I don't know how to... I never thought of using it with Sting. Man. I'm going to get any pattern going on the Digitakt right now and not be perfectionistic about trying to get one specific sound sequenced. So the way I originally intended to use it on today's live stream is to start with a basic pattern. Anything really. Pattern 3, let's go for this original one. Let's hit track and scroll through the samples until we get some happy accident here. That's fair enough. Let's stick with that. There's that one sample that I don't like though, that clap. You hear that clap? Maybe track and tune everything up. Give it more of like a mellow vibe. So track number 2 I want to replace. I don't like track number 2. Let's take it step by step. We have to go really slow. I was too quick before. Okay, there seems to be some kind of resonant filter, so I'm going to go into the filter section and take away the filter, or take away the resonance at least. Now let's go back into... I cannot hear the sample. trigger. Fudge it. I'm just gonna record this. Back into DAW. Now, since I already have all these tracks set to input monitoring, I can just click record here. Never mind, I cannot. I need to record arm them. So I need to set them to auto, record arm, and then I can record arm. Nice. See, and it records everything, including the effects only track. And it does so with a lot of precision. Like the samples hit where they need to. There's a bit of latency, of course, but that is correctable. So now we could just delete the overbridge, right? We could go back into our tracks, the hard drive, the hardware synths, set them back to 0, and there we go. Now we don't have any latency. And then we can further mess with these tracks in here. Does it sync well with Ableton Live? Yeah, it does. Like if you plug it into an interface, that'll then depend on your interface settings, on the latency, on the buffer size. But if you're using Overbridge, it works out quite well, as long as you, yeah, you don't have too much plugins that cause additional latency. Like I'm pretty comfortable with it. I'm okay. Unfortunately, I'm still a bit of a newbie with the Digitakt, but I'm learning it, and I was like, okay, frick it. I'm enjoying this device. Let me show it on stream. And then we can further use Ableton Live to manipulate the audio here, yeah? Take all the tracks, shift tab, and then warp. I love this kick. I'm gonna delete the effects channel and the input channel since I don't need those. This is tonal, so I'm going to take it out of the group. It's also tonal. Tonal. Already getting a bit of CPU spikes here. Let's go for some pad. So yeah, the Digitakt section, it took me a bit longer than expected, but hey, let's go for some kind of pad now. And I feel like not using any more hardware gear because that took way too long. Not way too long, but I feel like that took me into a different space. I want to go into Ableton. There we go. Match the key. Damn, need that kick so good. Yeah, it's in the Sinai pack, man. Or you could rip it from the stream if you really like it. But I'm gonna make it available, so you can have it. As a matter of fact, I'm actually gonna chuck this into the Discord group. If you want to have it, I'm gonna just put it there. Discord sample preset swap. Since this is my own sample, that's fine to share it with you. Show in Finder. I think I also have it as a one shot, but it doesn't really matter. Kick loop, kick one shot, same thing. Discord sample preset swap. Show in Finder. Oh my gosh, unusual join activity detected. That's a good sign here. Unusual join activity. Thank you, my friends, for joining. Keep on coming in. Come. Okay. Jesus, why can't I just Okay, just put it here. My favorite kick works in basically any genre. Okay, there you go. You can download it here. My favorite kick. It's like a perfectly balanced 808 kick. Moin. Moinsen, Grüße aus Nordhorn. Bin zu spät, verdammt. Bist nicht zu spät. Es geht gerade erst los, Bruder. It's just starting, my friend. Yeah, guys, feel free to join the Discord channel. Unusual join activity detected. Mark as resolved. Increased activity from normal members. No action needed. Mark as resolved. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to post all updates regarding my stuff, Lotus Tunes, Zahand, in the Discord chat, and I want to make that community come to life now. Come, I show you product you can put your money in. Yeah, what? Oh, you mean the Digitakt or what? Or the sound pack? You can has kick. Yeah, the kick is in here. Sample preset swap. I'm there now. So let's add some kind of tom stuff here. Gonna create new audio tracks. Go full screen. Guys, I only recommend the stuff that I genuinely like and whose company I feel like do genuine marketing. Loopmasters is, in my opinion, semi-genuine, but they've kind of established themselves as the biggest sample place on the internet. And that's why also Digitakt has, or Elektron has decided to work with them. Yeah, I wouldn't use their stuff unless for that connection. That makes it really easy to import sounds, but yeah, so bass, tom grooves. I have two separate folders in the Sinai pack, bass grooves, tom grooves. Look how much, I don't think I ever put this many bass sounds in a pack. Let's just, I don't even care about the key. We can adjust that in a second. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, so one. Let's go with so C sharp seems to be the key of our track, right? C sharp. To let's match this one here. Now we do have to zoom in a bit here. See where the toms are placed. Take the sound, put it here maybe. Not now. My friend Papa. Pop, I will call you back. Let me just message my dad really quick, guys. He just called. It would be kind of stupid to just leave unmessaged. Alrighty. Loopmasters is plugin boutique, really? So hard to avoid them. Yeah, I'm not so happy with that. With that first one. I want to go for something really simple. factory samples on the OG, on Digitakt 2, and the Digitakt 2 has different factory samples. Which sample was this again? This is sample 17, at loop 17. I don't like the fact that Loopcloud has to open as an app in Ableton Live. Kind of annoying. But on the other hand, it's not supposed to be an app. It's supposed to be like this online browser thing. Ooh, getting some CPU spikes here. I think I'm gonna have to actually set the buffer size a bit higher. 128 should be ideal. This top lip, dude. Let's see if we can combine these two. Shift and tap to scroll through the sample, by the way, within the clip. So, there we go. Now let's add some Tantra for some magic. First preset, legendary. So, tonal stuff into one group, please. Bass. Make it red. Tonal stuff into one group, please. Make it bluish. There we go. Digitakt we can collapse. Put this at the top. Group it, make it yellow or orange, whatever. Call them tops. Kick, let's give it a bright yellow color-ish. No, not default track. Assign color to clips. There we go. Nice little organization going on here. I feel like we need a more present off hat. Perfect. Nice. Simple little tom groove. Get a nice other bass groove going, maybe. Bass groove. Command T. Chuck it in there. Guys, I told you I felt like using loops today. And now let us sidechain. So what do we want to cut through more? Tom groove. Let's make the tom groove cut through more. So whenever the tom groove plays, the bass is reduced in volume. Really important. I usually don't pay attention to that so much. But when it comes to bass, I do it because it messes with the groove. Compressor, default compressor, put it onto the track that I want to have sidechained. Open up this panel, sidechain input from track 18, yeah? Max ratio. Good. And now let's go for some kind of vibe switch. So I want to select all the tonal stuff and pitch them down. Vibe switch indeed. How do you use the Digitakt like this? Overbridge. It's Overbridge, dude. And now on the master channel, I'm gonna build myself a little rack. Command G this guy. Open up the macro panel and I'm gonna create some kind of a reverb or something. Or you know what? I'm actually not gonna create a rack. Command Shift G. Do I still have my cell phone connected? I think not. Yeah, ever since the call came in, it just got disconnected. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so you can see this little Faderfox controller here in the background. I'm going to use its MIDI to assign it to different stuff in Ableton Live. Now that I pretty much have a vibe going. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to sip some beer on the live stream. It's really distracting. But yeah. We can now MIDI map stuff. So let's go into the DAW first. Hey, I tried to link once. What do you mean by link once? He deletes anything that is not relevant to his music and his persona. Is. Yes. I delete a lot. Yes, that is true. So what we can do is hit Command M. Go into MIDI map mode, hit this little button here, just click it. And now if I go into my Faderfox, I can now map it to this button on the bottom left, CC mapped. And now you can see in Ableton Live, I have that CC mapped to the Faderfox. It automatically displays here. Now if I exit this panel by hitting Command M, you see, even every time I hit this, it brings in the bass or it brings it out. So fun. What we can also do is Command M, map the frequency, click the frequency here, and map it to this button here. So now, you can see that pops up in here. The maximum frequency, let's set it to like 300 or 500, I don't know. Hit Command M to exit. So each time we hit this button, it low cuts. Each time we scroll here, it takes out more low end. And we could give it a bit of flavor by giving it some resonance, which gives it more of like this DJ controller type vibe. Get some kind of a performance going, which is nice. And now I would like to map some more stuff. So the tonal elements. You see these tonal elements and these sends down here? You can blend them in, these sends. And the sends are designed to have effects on them. I have this black hole, which is basically like my eternal space reverb. See, when I put things in there, it just turns it spacey. These are the settings. I don't like too much lows and highs. We don't need any lows actually. Highs make it sound too sharp. Just to make sure that we don't have any lows coming in through the reverb itself, we can low cut it too. So again, Command M, MIDI map, click Send B, and now we can send, let's perhaps map it to, we could also map it to the crossfader. What is convenient to me? Crossfader I don't like so much because it's not so stable on my table. So I'm gonna map it to 1, fader 1. So Command M again. Right, I've mapped it to fader 1 now. Command M, fader mapped it to here. You hear that? Now, whenever I want, I can just chuck in a couple of reverb throws, And that creates a bit of ear candy. So we can do something like this. Low cut. Take out more lows. Slowly send into reverb. Look at this. Like, this feels like a break / build-up. You can take out more lows. Bring back the lows. Slowly. Take away the reverb a bit. And then bring back the bass totally. Hit like these mini breaks. So what else I'm going to do is map send C of the tonal group. Send C, which is echo. You see echo. You could also map that, or I have a yak delay, which is a really trippy delay plugin. It does add quite a bit of latency. As you can see in the bottom left corner, 110 samples is a lot, but it sounds dope as frick. So it's more of like this ear candy delay type thing. Let's map it to, you know what, let's map both. I'm gonna hit Command M, map the echo to this fader, so just move it up. Click this one now. This is the yak delay, send. And now map it to track 3. So back into live, Command M to exit. Yeah. Now what we have control over the tonals channel. Or let's start from the beginning. Wait. We can low cut the track. We can adjust how much lows we want. As a matter of fact, let me just dive right back into Ableton Live. I feel like taking out more low end, going harsh with the EQ. So what we can do is hit Command M. Instead of 529 being the cap, let's set it to like 2K. Oops. Yeah, Command M again. So whenever I move this fader, you see how much it takes out? Might be a bit too much. Sounds too squelchy. So we can just adjust that here. Set it to like 1K at max. Yeah. It's a bit better. Yeah. So what do we have mapped on this fader now? This is going to be our little performance fader. Make sure the Digitakt doesn't fall down. Such a small table, dude. So what do we have? We have the EQ on off. Right now it's on. You see that here. See that in the bottom left corner. It's on. But I have the frequency not adjusted yet, which is why it's not audible. If I have the frequency adjusted, you hear that. So again, loop running in the background, same old loop. EQ, turn that on. We have control over the reverb on our tonal group. We have control over the echo. We have control over the yak delay. So we can create a bit of a, like we can really drag our breaks and build-ups in their length. We can really make them long like this. Sending it to echo and to black hole at the same time. Give it a bit of yak delay flavor. Take out the lows even more. Build some tension. And now pull them down and bring the bass back in. So much fun, dude. And now we can practically do that live. So what I would do is just duplicate my loop a couple times. Yeah, it doesn't really matter how many times. hit plus for overdub and automation record. So whenever you hit record, it automates on top of the clip. This is relevant for MIDI. And it records also the automation. Tours Nebula says, sweet! Thank you very much. So what we're going to do is play. Yeah? Maybe let's take away the kick in certain sections. So I would like to map another parameter, which is the kick on off, to the controller. And what I usually do is have a utility on each track and just mute, right? So I don't have to automate any of these parameters here. I never automate the parameters that are part of the mixer here, besides the sends and returns, aka just the sends here. I don't automate the volume. I don't automate anything here, because if I want to change the volume in the mix, I can't do that if I have an automation here. I'll keep having to click this button here to re-enable the automation, which just sucks. So what I do is just have a utility loaded by default on the track, and I automate the mute on off. So what I can do is hit Command M, click mute, and now if you go into the controller, we can just select which knob we'd like to assign. So maybe we can assign it to track 2 here. Now this is going to be the mute on off. Command M again. Right, so now this seems to be in some kind of toggle mode. This is also what I love about the controller. You can set these buttons at the bottom to be in toggle mode. So whenever you hold them and you let go, so you can just blend out the kick shortly, and it back in, right? And if you want to change that to button mode, like if you want that to be in on-off mode and not in toggle, you would go into Shift, Edit, and start scrolling. Encoder, you see encoder 4, we want button 2. Not fader 9, we can set button 2, BTN2. Click down, I believe. Yes or no? Oh no, we have to go to the next fader. Yeah, this selects the button. We want to leave it on standard, leave it on CC. We don't want note values, we want CC to be triggered. Toggle, there we go. Previously we had it on button, now we want to have it on toggle. Now we can just go out of edit mode. So track 2 on off. You see whenever I click it, it goes on and off. That's pretty practical. Like it's a Faderfox, dude. Holy sheesh. Their MIDI controllers are insane. You can program everything. You can program these buttons to play notes, so you can play chords here. Yeah. See, that kick is now off. Pusulu says, I just got a launch control, and not gonna lie, it's powerful to just have something you can turn knobs and to build an initial arrangement with. It just gets the juices flowing. Yeah, it does. Like my first controller was the Akai APC40 Mark II, and it's legendary. Like you just need that one thing for performance. You can map so much. You have faders, you have knobs, you have Ableton Live integration. It's fantastic. Like over the years, I just grabbed this one so it fits on my desk. I can just quickly assign things. So what I'm going to do is play the track from the beginning now, right? Have this loop going. Record. I have the automation and overdub on. And what I'm going to do is just perform live, right? Since I have everything assigned that needs to be assigned, which is the EQ on the master channel, the kick mute, reverb, echo, yak delay on the tonal group, and the amount of lows that I want to cut out with this thing here over here. So what else do I need? Nothing, right? We can just hit record in Ableton Live, hit record, and it plays us our entire loop, of course. We can just freaking jam, you know? We can just chill and wait and do whatever we feel like. Gonna let it run through a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and gonna blend out the kick in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring in the reverb. Take away more lows. Really drag it. Bring in the echo. Bring in the yak delay for some variation. Take away more lows as much as we can. Now we're gonna have to click these two at the same time. Down and there we go. If we click this guy here, we can see the automation, or if we click A. Cool, that's what we got. So this is our break part. I'm gonna right click or highlight all this, aka show automation new lane, show a new lane, show a new lane. Got a new subscriber, Guillermo Kikuchi. Guillermo, thank you for your subscriber, man. Hey Kevin dear, happy Sunday again. Thank you, Unique. Thanks for joining in. Got simplify envelope. Right click simplify envelope. So it simplifies the envelope. You don't have as many automation points to click. It would be so cool if Ableton Live would implement another simplify. Like you could further simplify it. Like there's a cap. You can only simplify it once or twice. It would be cool to just have like 1 or 2 automation points here. Yeah, but that's nice to have, right? Also have some automation on the main. Like I wouldn't do any automation on the master channel, right? Because of the mastering chain. So you could route all of your tracks into a separate audio channel, like a mix bus, where you would do these crazy automation things. But for the sake of demonstration, I left it on the master channel here. Simplify envelope, frequency, right click, simplify envelope. Oh, yeah. Oops. Delete some automation points here. Make sure they're set correctly where they need to be set, right here. So let's listen to our little build-up thing. I'm back. I hope I didn't miss anything groundbreaking. Yeah, I basically just created some automation points. Or not automation points, but I mapped a couple sends and parameters like the EQ and EQ8 on off to my Faderfox MIDI controller. And you can hear that's what is happening now. So we have the main arrangement, the core of the arrangement. You see how much tension is being created? And I can decide. For example, I feel like the reverb comes in too quick and it stays at this very high point all the time. So I'm going to delete a couple automation points to just make it more gradual, right? With option, you can drag the curve. So it's just more gradual, yeah? Just groundbreaking, Kevin. Thank you so much, Unique. Right, since we have the mute on off, right? The kick mute on off here. To make it visually more clear that the kick is actually muted, I would just delete this entire section here. And you can also just delete the automation points here, right? We don't need the mute on off. We just needed that for the performance thingy that we had. So this is the break, add locator, break, and this is the build. And we could drag it out even further. But I felt like just keeping it this way. This is like 16 bars in total, which is kind of short. But hey, mini break, I would say. I feel like the resonance sweep is too harsh here, so let's go back into the EQ. Set it lower, set it lower, set it lower. Just generally set the Q value a bit lower, it's too harsh. Make it more gradual. There we go. Beautiful. And maybe we could take out the tops for like a couple bars before the drop hits. Sexy. There we go. Oh my gosh. Woo! And now we could add some kind of an ear candy sound, which I have prepared many in Sinai. Ear candy tonal fills. So we are in C sharp, yeah? Or what key are we in? I forgot actually. Now we seem to have switched the key to A sharp. Oh yeah, we pitch everything down. I forgot that. I only need to make a couple sounds louder in the pack. Because unfortunately, I wouldn't say I forgot to normalize, but I intentionally did not normalize each sound because I wanted to have more dynamic range in the pack. I don't like normalizing all my sounds and keeping them at the same volume. I feel like, for example, tonal stuff need to be a bit quieter. Pads need to lay low, so I export them quieter. Drums I like to have normalized. But I decided to overall keep the sounds at a higher volume rather than too low, because if you import it onto samplers like the Digitakt, it would be good to have a sound that is quite loud from the beginning, right? Instead of manually having to mix them up and then capping at like a very low value sucks. So I'm gonna make the sounds louder in total. It's gonna take me some time to rebalance all of these, but it's basically just like making them louder, so it's not too much work. Yeah, everything's finished. Besides making the tracks louder and just adding a couple transition effects, like 2's a bit not much enough. Not much enough? Not enough. Yeah, let's add some reverb and echo to this. And reverse it. Hit R, place it here. So now it's going to play this sound in reverse right when the drop hits, so it should sound really sexy. Nice. But I do feel like, let's duplicate the black hole and call it black hole SC. So black hole SC. BH. And send it into C. This black hole sidechain. This is something that I've done before. We're going to add a compressor on it and sidechain it to the kick. Sidechain input from kick. High ratio, lower threshold. Now listen to the reverb. So nice. We could also do the same for the echo. So I'm going to duplicate the echo, call it echo SC. Copy the... Wait, what? Oh yeah, the compressor. Put it onto echo SC. Perhaps also give it a different color so I know which ones are the sidechain channels. Which one are the normal ones. Right, and I can also send it into echo sidechain. So it'll fade out with that ducking vibe. Oh yeah. So nice. Be right back, guys.
Hello?
Nebi says, nice job. Yes, thank you. The Alchemist, what's up, man? Woo! Let's add some more effects to this guy here. Maybe like a Refract. It's free-ish thing. It's like a free chorus with a few more options. Fragments maybe on top. Let's not overcomplicate it too much. Nice. Could also show in browser. Oops. Seems to have rendered that, so let's go synths. No, ear candy, tonal. Yeah, some weird ear candy. And what makes this track, or this pack, I mean, very special is these sounds. I finished rendering and processing them. So what I could do is just add them here. We are in A sharp minor. So A minor, we will have to pitch it up 1 halftone step to make it fit. Let's take this, the room recording. Chop it here, put it into track E and F. 1 halftone step above. Maybe instead of placing it right on the drop, let's place it somewhere later. Beautiful. So in the break, for example, we could blend this in, yeah? Maybe another one here. Oh my gosh. Dude. Sorry for screaming. Oh. I hit Option and Shift to scroll through a clip, by the way. It's very useful if you just want to place your clip and use the same audio snippet without doing too much editing. We have a oud in A minor. We also have a nay in A Phrygian, which does fit minor because Phrygian and minor are based around this same framework of notes. Phrygian is basically the Arabic version of minor. So we can take the A Phrygian recording of the flute, place it here, chop it out at 1 bar, pitch it up 1 halftone step, since A to A sharp is 1 halftone step, and now hit play. And we could also maybe select a different spot. Oh, this is so good, dude. And then here again. Oh, this is like giving me freaking orgasms. These sounds. Oh my gosh. You should do this every night. Unfortunately, I can't because of my life situation now. My mom has some stuff going on with her health, and I'm taking care of her and my grandparents at the moment. Without going too much into the details, I'll do these every Sunday, these live streams. Sunday is, I think, enough. Once a week. But if you want to get connected with me more often, feel free to join on this Discord channel. I also post like samples that I don't post anywhere else in here, like these, my favorite kick inside the sample preset swap. General is where people speak about like music they like, share information about music production here. I'll also keep you updated on new live performances or DJ mixes that I have coming out. So feel free to join in on this community. The link is in the description of this YouTube video. Like, who knows where a community might lead? Maybe in the future we might be able to do some kind of like in-person meetups. Like if the community grows and it is further supported through you guys, we could but one day, like, meet up, create these events, music production meetups, maybe some kind of like music in the background, or I don't know. I definitely feel like expanding to this whole community thing. And this thought came from my life situation right now, right? Because this has completely shifted. Like my mom's health has been impacted through the stroke, which means for me that my life also changes because I live with my mom, and for me, I plan to keep it this way, you know, to take care for her, because she has enabled me to do all this that I'm doing right now. Without her support, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm gonna be really honest. And it's because of her that I chose the name Lotus Tunes. It was all her idea. Like, she guided me through this journey, also mentally and emotionally, and it's only fair to support. In this way, I thought, okay, how do I structure my life in a way that involves me supporting my mom, to continue supporting her, but also making music and building the community and building this desire of me one day being able to perform my music and do like these DJ type stuff. Because my original intention was, okay, I'll fly to, I don't know, some other country, to All Day at Dream events, get label releases, but this changes stuff for me, definitely. This definitely, like, for now, it locks me to a certain location, what makes using the internet as a way to build a community more of a viable option. So that's my plan, guys. To not just post YouTube tutorials and do these live streams which are so based around music production, but also to build a community of people that genuinely enjoy the same sound as I do, which is minimal house, organic house. And from that community of like-minded people that genuinely share the same passion, we might be able to flourish together one day. Meet up and get some nice parties going. Preferably also near my location, near Hamburg, Lüneburg. Who knows? That would be so cool, man. And I know my mom would want that too. I spoke about this with her and she said, yes, I would love that. Woo! Oh. This makes me just want to cry, dude. It's so fucking good. Let's extend the arrangement by hitting Command-Shift-D. So we have 32 bars playing, and after 32 bars, you know what, let's actually delete this. Just copy the break and build and duplicate it over. So maybe we can create like a second build. It's kind of early. So what I could do is just maybe leave in the kick, create a minier build. Can't wait to listen to this song on Spotify. Yeah, you like it. You like it, my friend. send this also into the... Map. Let's add a nice transition sound. I have a ton of ear candy in the track, in the pack. Non-tonal fills like these. Let me show you. Like stuff that you can just throw in between. Like this, for example, has a bit of delay inside it, so it might fit well. Oops. Let's process it even further. Yeah, really chuck it into that frickin' reverb, dude. Maybe a different sound. Oh, yeah, nice and dark. Oh my gosh, this is so lovely. Love it so much, dude. And we got some Arabic vocals in the pack as well. Maybe I can use them here. I don't know if they'll fit. They should. And pitch it up 1. So, oh no, this is A minor. E minor or A minor? Oh, I think I have them at the wrong key. Yeah, these are actually A minor, so let me rename these. A minor. There we go. Warp 115. +1, Complex Pro. And put them into the reverb. Oh boy, it's too okay. Stop fangirling. Stop it. Make music. People are watching. Or maybe just chuck it into the normal black hole. Let's add a bit of variety to the drums here now. Huge. Thank you very much. Oops. Kick has some kind of tonal information there from the Digitakt, so I just muted that. Blend in the pads slowly here, yeah? kick fades away, but the bass comes in. Sounds good. Thank you, Yum Yum. Yum Yum. Looking forward to the release of this pack. I'm happy that you're looking forward to it, Sims. I am too. It's gonna be released in the beginning of May. Yeah, this is my first official announcement for when it's gonna be released. Exact date, I don't have it yet, but beginning of May for sure. Nice. Nice. Take away the kick for a bar. And bring it back in. Slightly delayed. There we go. And turn down the gain a bit. Nope, that's too much. Maybe double kick it? Oh. Yeah, nice. Cool. We do need to reduce the gain a bit. Yeah. That has effect on the sidechain. That's why I reduced the gain of the kick. So the flute doesn't duck too heavily. The neigh, yes. The sounds you're making is so vibey. Thank you, Maxlen. My friend, please open this broadcast every day. As much as I'd love to, Nebi, my current life situation doesn't allow it to. I appreciate you so much for wanting this, but I can't be available every day with these live streams. I need to play it. Okay, I guess this should be finished, yes? And now the vocal. Boroda. We need like a stab here or something. What would happen if I take all the sounds? This is so dumb, but let's see what happens if I just pitch them down a couple semitones here. Okay, no, never mind. Nah, this is the right pitch. This is the right vibe. Yeah, guys, this is like my favorite ever sound pack. And again, I say this for every pack, but every pack there's just something new. A new emotion, a new vibe, something new that I've learned. This one is special. This one is something else. I put the Arabic vocals and all these instruments in here. So many musicians from all around the world contributed to this pack. I'm so blessed to have this opportunity to work with people from all around the world. There's so much talent in so many different countries. And it's like the vibe for this pack is a mixture of minimal house and organic house. And it combines synthetic elements as well as organic elements. Like the human soul as well as the human desire to technologically advance, if you want to put it that way. It's so like, so nice. But generally, that's my motto for making sounds: synthetic, organic. I'm not gonna overcomplicate this track. I'm gonna keep it chill and like no massive break or anything. We already have 2 massive breaks. You know what, let me just fade it out as of here. Yeah. Take away the bass and that's done. Yeah, that's it. Outro from here and we're good. No more sounds here. Enable the EQ on the master. Resonance. Let's take it down a bit. See this guy here. And let's take that one little drum fill that I really liked. So it's not too boring. Let's fade out the pad slowly. So we got this auto filter on the group here. Just take it. Okay, there's way too much automation. Let's dial it down a bit. Go like this. Unusual arrangement. Hey, who frickin' cares? One more reverse here. We need one more effect here. Let's go into transition effects. Take this little shaker-ish thing, I guess. Yeah, perfect. I love these transition sounds, like shaker rattles. Place it correctly. There we go. Yeah, it has everything. Like, I mostly structure my packs in a way that the vibe is cohesive. Like there's one vibe to the entire pack and I don't have to go to other packs to make a track happen. So everything that you need for a track is in the pack. Hats, claps, kicks, percussions, rhythmic textures, shaker loops, top loops, ton of one-shots, synths, melodic phrases, and every melodic phrase that you see here has an according MIDI file because I've been asked to incorporate those into packs. So you see that here. You can also further, like, if you don't like a sound, like you like the pattern it plays, but you don't like the synth, you can just take the MIDI and replace it with your own synth or something like that. And I did that for some of the bass grooves because sometimes I don't just use MIDI, like I use sub 37, combine that with VCV rack, maybe an Arturia patch, morph that into one audio clip. So converting that to MIDI is not ideal. But for the synths, the melodic phrases, I used MIDI on all of them, so you can also access the MIDI for those. Wavetable presets is something new that I haven't implemented into previous packs. I actually created these using Ableton Live 10, so you can use an older version of Ableton Live to access them. Like a few of my favorite pads, leads, plucks, not leads, but plucks / leads. Yeah, that's basically the core structure. And then you've got these ethnic instruments, ney, oud, sads, which are my top 3 favorite ethnic instruments, and the Arabic vocals, which get the best of all worlds. Right, you get these short ear candy fills, fill out your track. Bass grooves, like 40 sounds, which is a lot. A couple tom grooves as well. A ton of pads. Like a ton of these sounds that you hear in the background. And some sequences, which is more of like this. More like this vibe. Yeah. Saz is really nice. Saz is, it feels like an oud with a lot of harmonics. Let me chuck in some kind of quick mastering chain here. I have one by Abstract Sound. Okay, that adds too much bass though. You see how much leverage we gain for arrangement by having that little build up here? It doesn't have any bass boost. It just compresses it really tight. Nice. I like the hard sidechain on the flute. It's totally fine with me. Adds to the groove. Yeah. Thank you, Wuzulu. Dankeschön. What happens if we add a Maserati here? Kind of risky play, but hey. Technomaster, give it some... Oh, that's a bit too much compression though. Feels over compressed. Like it brings out the drums very well, but I need to process those separately. Let's put the Digitakt in the tops channel here. Drum bus. I feel like it takes away my hi-hat. Like the... There we go. Not too much louder. We just want to compress the sound. We don't want to add any volume. Like we want to take this... You notice how the shaker is becoming louder? Because the compressor basically pulls up the elements that are quiet in the mix and it pulls down the elements that are louder in the mix. I feel like the shaker becomes more aggressive. Yeah, very minor details. I don't know if this is actually adding anything. No, it's okay. But this techno master thing is just too much. You know what, dude? I don't know. I'm not happy with it. For some reason, I feel like I'm fiddling too much and it's not really giving me the sound that I want. So let's just add a simple compressor. 5 dB max. There we go. More than enough. Brings out the shaker, tames the hi-hat. Do we need to tweak anything here? Yeah, short attack, short release for the drums, fine. Don't need soft clip here. For the stream, boy. Thanks for the stream, boy. Good vibes, like always. Good night to every two. Good night, Wusulu. Danke fürs join. Thanks for joining, man. Guys, don't forget to join the Discord channel. I posted the link down below. Yeah. It's a fun place to be. Join in with me. Perfect. Yeah, don't feel like extending it any further. That's it, dude. Just give it a quick look here on the... You know what, let's chuck in some kind of quick mastering tool. Before we master it, let's check the gain. Perfect. It's right at 6 dB. Right where we want to have it. So let's clip it first. How much gain reduction are we getting? Opa, 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 opa. You know what, let's take away the standard clip, put it onto the tops group. Jeez, my CPU. Yeah, take away all those freaking peaks, dude. Okay, usually this adds a bit of lows, but it's okay. Let's leave it like this here for now. Kick bass sidechain compression. Oopsala, I forgot it. No worries. Not an issue. Still sounds good to me. Now, what's our LUFS? Looking good. Kind of squashed, but hey. -9, -7 would be squashed. -12 is okay. Put it through some kind of tape, maybe, before I chuck it into the mastering chain. Yeah, definitely boosts the lows a bit. Where the kick by like. Kick into repitch mode because I feel like complex messes with the transient. Repitch keeps it clean. And I feel like I do need to mix it with my speakers, not only with headphones, because I don't get a really precise image of the bass. I feel like I have more feeling for the bass with my speakers. Guy has a lot of bass. Chuck it with tape. And this one is too much. The abstract sounds rack is unfortunately, I don't know. I feel like it just over compresses it. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let's leave it there. Threshold function's pretty cool. Also, I didn't pull out any resonances, which might give me like a few dB of headroom. So there's definitely a lot of stuff that could have been done in the mix before entering the mastering stage. Just so you know, I entered the mastering stage very early today, but I did it just for the sake of demonstrating. You know, I keep these live streams rather short. What I would do before mastering is, of course, just take some time to go through the mix, the individual tracks, set the gain properly. But on the other hand, I don't like to fiddle too much. Like I like to stay in a creative flow of just making music rather than starting to mix too much and go too deep into the individual elements. I think you get what I'm saying. Like I like to keep it rather quick, not rushed, but flowy quick, like the flowy type of quick. Not the rushed type of quick. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and I want to make decisions that contribute to the track. Contribute to the track. And what I feel like helps me get into that state is by making decisions quicker rather than, oh, let's get comfortable inside the track and let's spend some time here fiddling with these 20 parameters. And like there's a time and place for everything, but when it comes to me finishing music, I do like to have more of a quicker workflow. And if I were to do it the proper way, I would of course disable the entire mastering chain, go through the mix, the individual stems, and then master the track. That's something that I would do on a separate day, right? Not in one entire session. Live stream, one session. Just display, right? So you learn the entire process basically. But I would definitely go back into the mix and like create a separate project file, save as, like file, save as, and call it mixed, right? So I can always revert back to this version in case I don't like the mix. And then maybe mix it a couple different times, master it a couple different times, send one version of the mix to a mastering engineer to see which version I like the most, right? And if you try to mix too much while you're being creative, it stops you. That's what I'm trying to say. What will the name of the track be? Sinai, maybe? Let's call it Sinai? I don't know. Ya'ain? Okay, call it Ya'ain? I don't know. Ya Layli? for Voxengo, double check it. Yep. Classic dance music curve right here, the smiley face. High frequencies are about at the same level with the kick and bass, with a dip in the middle. Opa, opa, opa. That's a peak right there. It's really important to also process your ear candy accordingly, because the drums are not the only elements that can peak. The freaking ear candy and melodic elements can peak just as much. Probably still peaking like crazy, yeah? A bit less. Hey, look, a bit less. Before it was like up here, now it's down here. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, still. Maybe pull out that resonance. I can't even reach that note. Oh my gosh. That is a freaking resonant frequency right there. So if we pull that out, we still have it in there, but it's tamed. We don't want to necessarily take it away completely. Tame it a bit. And then what else we got for our metering? We got Vision 4X, which is nice. Kind of get a DJ mix overview. Like this is how it would look on Record Box or Tractor. I like to use it as a reference point as well. We're still getting some below 30 Hz sub information, which I don't like. So let's go in with the utility. I don't know if utility does the best job at this. There's certain EQs that do a better job at low cutting. Like the Ableton stock EQ I've heard is not so good. Pro Q in natural phase, linear phase causes a lot of latency, like 5,000 samples, but therefore it doesn't fudge up the phase of the track. And I'm really cautious about this. This is what I would rather have a mastering engineer do. I don't want to really screw up my master. A bit cleaner. Still some stuff going on, but hey. Probably need to fix that in the mix. So what else we got? We got stereo all around mode. Metering. Low end focus. How's the low end? Yeah, nice kick bass separation here. This is the kick here. These little dots are the off kicks in the tom. Usually, like when you start seeing this shape turn into something else, like you can't identify the kick, that's usually when you know that you have to go back and to just change the sub a bit. But this looks very organic housey. You can also see, I think this is the sub, or this is the hi-hat or something else. Yeah. Very good separation between the bass and the kick, which I like. Okay, here is a bit on top of each other, but it's okay. It's fine. there's also mini meters. Yeah. I would have to open it from the applications folder. Launchpad. Mini meters. There's also nice metering software. But I don't like that it doesn't come as a VST. And it always hovers on top. Oh, kick looks solid, dude. But it gives you like an accurate overview of how your track would look like on a DJ mixer. Like even with the frequency spectrum here being blue, yellow, and red. Red being the bass. Yellow being the, I think, higher frequencies. Yeah, there's a lot of dynamic range. Like this isn't a very squashed track. Like kick bass here. Fine with me. This is absolutely fine with me. Doesn't need to be more louder, dude. Frick the competition. Frick the loudness war. Yeah, and then when we're finished, you know, just make sure we don't have any external instruments here, so our rendering isn't unnecessarily long. So I'll delete the unnecessary tracks. Nice groove. Thank you so much. Steinhoven, what's up? Hey, Tenem. Was geht? Hi, Kevin. Just joined the Discord community. Excited to take part of it. Thank you so much. Man, I think you guys are really going to enjoy the Discord community. Definitely going to keep it more active in the future. Got DJ Talk, general sample preset swap is where you can chuck in samples, preferably ones that you've created yourself and not from some other packs. Streamer mode is enabled. Usernames have been truncated. Okay, I didn't know it had that. Yeah, the Zahand channel right here is where I post like new music, live mixes. As you guys might know, I have a second YouTube channel, which is called Zahand. And there I post my music. And I've been fairly inactive with this channel, but I want to also just, I feel like investing more into the whole musicianship thing again, because it originally started out, like before Lotus Tunes existed, I had this YouTube channel and I would upload mixes, and I eventually gave up on it for the sake of tutorials. Like you can see my first ever tutorial is actually on my other channel where I didn't have Lotus Tunes. I posted this tutorial. Yeah. And it got a lot of views, like 7.9K, dude. Is pretty, like it's a lot for a channel that doesn't have any other tutorials. I was pretty astonished. Yeah. Anyway, let's dive right back into this guy here and bounce it out really quick. And once I bounce it out, we're going to move into more of a talkative phase. So let's call this one, let's go into Zahand documents, produced on stream. Let's call this one 28.04, 24, European format. Live stream bounce. Right, live stream bounce, and let's call it, I don't know, I'm gonna give it this name because that's the name of the vocal. Might rename it into a different name afterwards. Hey Kevin, finally, we got Nuson Music saying, hey Kevin, finally catched you live. Wanted to say thank you very much for your content, subbed and following. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for the sub. I'm really glad that you like my content. Like the art and the music especially. You know, that's the most important part. The music. I like you body. You like my body? You like my body? Yeah. Or you like me buddy? What do you mean, my son? What do you say? My son. What? Yeah. And the Discord is supposed to serve as a way to show me, or not show me, show the art, the musical side of me, which is in Zahand, and the music production part of me, which is Lotus Tunes. combining all that with the music community music talk, where you can basically talk about anything, get feedback to your tracks. And I believe having a community, dude, is the most valuable thing. And who knows, in the future, we might be able to do some events together, whether in person or online, because I've been getting, like, I am receiving by the day, by the week, let's not go crazy, so many feedback requests via Instagram. So many. And I want to channel those into a place where I can give that publicly or give that in a group. Because when I give feedback, I reply very thoroughly. Like, I don't just say, hey guys, a nice track, cool kick. Like, for me, that's not feedback. Feedback is when you improve. You know, you get constructive, either criticism or positive feedback, whatever it may be. And having a community of people who see, like, okay, this guy posted this track, Zahand gave his feedback, maybe I could learn from that. A lot of people gate their communities, but I'm just doing it for free. I just give it out, and I want to use the leverage that I have built on my channel, the fan base, to just get people together. Because in my opinion, you shouldn't gate too much. Music is not supposed to be gated. Like, I have a limit there. For example, I sell my sound packs because there's a lot of effort that goes into these. I work with musicians, I pay them, and that deserves to be rewarded. That deserves to be monetized. But when it comes to this community stuff, I don't know. I've thought of so many different concepts for it before, but I never really like to gate it, because if you monetize a community, there's a level of also responsibility. And I feel like with this, just putting it out for free gives me also a level of freedom, just to, you know, be here practically whenever I want, give feedback whenever I want, and not feel obliged to have to, you know, okay, they paid money, so I have to feedback, right? It's more like, okay, got these guys in the channel, cool, got a couple of requests, let's give some feedback, you know? Yeah. So Discord, join in, guys. The link is down below. Okay, and do we have the bounce now? Let's see. So Zahand documents produced on stream. Where is today? Is 2804 live stream bounce. Okay, so let's save this session here. It's funny how this live stream started with the Digitakt and then it just completely drifted into a new direction. Let's delete these tracks and let's import live stream. Solid, dude. This looks like a solid sausage. Yeah. Speaking of dynamic range, bro. No dynamic range. Doesn't matter. Okay, the kick feels a bit subby, so I might have to do some changes to the master, but let's just run it through in the background here. Nice. No warping going on. Gotcha. Solid sausage. Oh my. Oops. That is a solid sausage, dear. Oh no. Please. What? Nice, dude. Yeah. So got the secondary YouTube channel here. Yeah, I'm thinking of like uploading not these passive mixes where you just get to see a picture, but more of like I just saw myself here. So much clickbait, dude. An active, like Chris Luno type vibe. Not Chris Luno type vibe, but like so you can see my face here in the mix. Yeah, man. Lotus Tunes is the site, in case you haven't seen it yet. It's like my main revenue stream. Also the place where I sell all these sound packs. So if you are into the sounds that you're hearing, you can check out lotustunes.com. Organic House Essentials is the newest pack. The one that I'm currently working on is Sinai, and I've posted the artwork also in the Discord channel, which is this guy here. That is coming out in the beginning of May. Beautiful. I think I can just release it this way, man. Like who cares, man? Not in a like negative sense, like who cares, but like why over perfect it? It's fine, you know. I've done in the past. I would create multiple mixes. Like I would have a version of a track, and then I would create multiple versions of that track. Basically, mix it once, twice, 3 times. The kick is so freaking good, says Ruda Synth. You want to have it? I'm going to do another ad for my Discord channel. It's in the Discord channel, literally. Sample preset swap. The kick from this track is in here. You can download it. It's my favorite kick. Like, if I were to choose one kick that I would use for the rest of my music production, I would use this kick. Because it's so well balanced. Like, look at the freaking... Nice body. And a nice body. You have so nice body. I was at a Thai massage once. Dude. You need to eat more. Du musst mehr essen. You're so skinny. I'm like, dude, what are you saying? Leave me alone. Dude. Like older Asian ladies, especially the masseuses, how do you say massagists? They're like so honest, but at the same time very like full of life, but very honest. Surprised at her honesty. Oh, this top loop like at the end. Nice little top loop here. Going right now. Okay, man. Cheers. Oh, so now you're going into Discord, or are you going away? I think I misunderstood. Yeah. So this is the final track, and where was I, dude? So what did I want to say about the multiple mixes? Yeah. In some cases, mixing my track multiple times over and mastering it multiple times over would just confuse me even more. And it would actually sound less good, like worse than the original spontaneous master. Like I've had that happen a lot of times. Going right now to the disco. What's the best tip that I could give you for mixing and mastering? The tip that I gave you before was already very nice, like create multiple versions of your mix, multiple versions of your master, and review that. And sometimes it's actually the original version, the first version, which is the best. And nowadays, to be honest with you, man, like, of course you can I don't like overthinking too much. Like, when is it enough, right? It's never enough. Just release the track, get on to the next one. That's the phase that I'm in right now. Because I have so many tracks on my hard drive, I haven't released any of them. Why is that the case? And what would help me combat that? Like, what would help me move into a better direction? Finish the track somehow. Stop spending so much time on one particular track and move on to the next. This way you get that practice and you get better over time. You have more resources. You generate listeners, not generate listeners, but you get more listeners. And you can focus on what's actually most important, which is making the music. I love this build-up so much. Yeah, I think, you know what, guys? I think I'm just gonna publish this the way it is right here. Like, why go even deeper? I feel like everything else is just nice to have. I'm Turkish, man. My English is really bad. No worries, it's good. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's basically what I wanted to mention today. I shared my vision for the community with you. Building a community, perhaps doing in-person events in the future. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below whenever this live stream is published. Any ideas on how to grow the community? I've been thinking of doing more contests. I always want to do so much. I have so many ideas, but I want to implement them and structure them in a way that is realistic for me to implement. Of course, like with life going on, with moms and stuff, gonna have to take care of a lot of that, but I think that will intertwine very well. That will go very well with my current life situation. Spending more time building the community, not just focusing on the tutorials, right? So expanding more into like this musical aspect of being able to perform, create DJ mixes, live performances. Yeah, I do a bit of that on Instagram, like more of like this live performance thing, but it's like more for me. I would like to get more people involved. Yeah, Zahand music on Insta. Couple performances, but it's like not what I'm looking forward to. There's not enough depth in a 1 minute or 1.5 minute video. It's just enough to tease. I feel like YouTube is a great platform to go in depth with performances, tutorials, or whatever. I like your style. I wish you continued success. Thank you so much, Nabi. Yeah, that's it for the track. Nice. I will definitely be releasing this one. And I assume that I'm not going to do anything to it, because as soon as I make changes, I feel like I will just drift off into a completely new direction. Like, keep it intuitive, keep it straightforward. That's it. Actually, I really freaking like this track, dude. I really freaking like it. Like, depending on how many stuff I used in there, I could... Yeah, I don't know about templates. Like, I'm not too keen on selling templates because I've had them stolen in the past and used by different companies. I'm not going to dive deep into which company has used them for the sake of... I don't know. I'm too bescheiden in Deutsch. In German, we would say, I don't want to ruin anybody's business because of one error. But yeah, I've had some people take templates and release them as their own with like minor changes. So I'm not too keen on sharing templates. Unfortunately, that's also why I stopped uploading them to Patreon. But sometimes you have to take the risk. Sometimes it's like, okay, you will take into account that this template will be stolen, for example, used in a release or used in some other production company but it will still make sales for you. Like there's some level of risk that you have to take. But the reason I don't like selling templates is because I feel like I put in a lot of emotion to these, to the point where they feel very personal, very intimate, and just having them basically taken like that, like copy paste, somebody else like, oh, this is mine now. It's not fair. I would say it's not fair. It's definitely crosses a boundary that I would not like to be crossed. But yeah, I try to find a balance there. I'm still trying to find a balance. Thank you for your music and good vibes today, Kevin. Enjoyed it so much. Thank you so much, Siems. Thank you for joining in. Now, this is a very well structured template. Nice session here. Let's call this one Ear Candy and delete the Loopcloud so we keep it. So this is 25 tracks, including the groups. And of course, these Digitakt ones we could compress and take away the kick. So we got 24 tracks. Yeah. Like we don't need more than 24. 24, 25 is you should max at around that, I would say. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Entire track from start to finish, guys. My personal favorite part of the stream was the Faderfox part where I created the build-up. You see how valuable that is? This part, this section here. I'm going to add timestamps to this stream. I haven't done it for my last one because it was too long. I was too lazy. But for this one, I'm going to definitely add timestamps. Yeah, I'm going to mention it one more time, guys. Feel free to join in on the Discord, in the Discord community. Leave a comment down below if you have any feedback for me on how to build the community, on how to improve this whole community thing. Stay tuned for this release. I will release this track. That's a promise. I'm also going to link it in the comments below whenever it's finished. And the Sinai pack is coming out in the beginning of May. I don't have a particular date, but the entirety of the pack is, I would say, already finished. Tomorrow I'm going to just finish the transition effects, a few more of those, make sure that the samples are loud enough and the pack is done. Just the landing page. Just the landing page, which is like an additional 1 or 2 days of work. But yeah. Guys, I enjoyed the live stream so much today. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate every one of you who's currently watching, who has joined in on today's live stream. And yeah, I will see you guys in a further video, or if I don't happen to come up with any video this week, I will just see you on next Sunday, next live stream, yeah? And in the meantime, you can chat with me on Discord. Discordo. Okay, thank you again. I'll leave a couple seconds of buffer until I end the stream. See you guys.